Good afternoon, fellow traders. It's Black Coffee Trader coming to you on January the 3rd, second trading day of 2025. And once again, we have a green day. It is not anything spectacular, but it's green nevertheless. We keep building up these accounts. The additional accounts that we passed yesterday gives me 17 Apex accounts. That is the most I've ever had. The most I've had before this was 14. And so having 17 accounts today, we didn't have a big day at all, only $20 some per account, but it does add up. I mean, it's almost 400 on the Apex side of things. So again, just I'm being very, very careful. Being very careful. I plan to hang on to these accounts for quite some time, and so I'm not in a rush. Taking it steady, just being careful with my trading. And honestly, I actually for a while today thought I might not even trade my funded accounts. As you can see, this market once again in the first couple of hours was absolutely crazy again. I didn't look at it until I think it might have been around 10:15-ish when I opened the market. So I really didn't, participate in any of this morning, but obviously I could see with the volatility. I mean, look at some of these candles right here after the open. We have a candle here at the 340s, 2-minute candle up to the, 414. So about an 80-90 point candle. I mean, there's crazy moves, crazy moves, a lot of volatility. And I did trade my my 5 take profit evals and did not do very well. Got chopped up on those again today. Another $400 loss day. I am copying all 5, but that happened right here in this chop area. Just big move up. I was looking for this bounce off this 340 level, and just it was there. Oftentimes I got the right move, but my stop loss was too tight and it would take me out before I could get into my profit target. So just some poor decision making on my part. And the other Apex side, or the other another eval I traded was one of these, the remaining 3 that I've got left that I've got almost passed that would get me to my 20. I did have a $70 winner there. That was it. So nothing major. But anyway, going back to the funded accounts, I actually thought for a while I wasn't even going to be, trading them. I didn't trade any of this. I missed this entire move. I had a pretty busy day today, and I was very sidetracked, and I really couldn't pay attention to the markets like I'd like to. Usually I'm able to at least, keep a pretty close eye on what the market's doing. And today I just wasn't able to. I missed this entire move. I feel like I probably would have taken some trades in that move, maybe with the funded accounts. And then we started to get this pullback and this dip, this chop area. And I decided to jump in. I'll just zoom in here so we can see it a little bit better. But I decided to jump in right here with 2 micro short, looking for this to continue. We were kind of, in my opinion, it looked a little bit like, a bearish move. And so on this pullback here, it jumped in short, and I had a couple chances to get out with like $10 or whatever, and I just didn't like it, and I finally killed it. Lost $16 on that trade, nothing major. And then this one was rough, and we've had quite a few of these the last couple days. But move up, classic hitchhiker, where we pull back, nice wick, green candle pushing up. I enter on the push up, and we just immediately fall apart. We've got a 475 to 450, so a 25 point candle. Boom, killed that trade, down $30. And again, this is why it is just so much more healthy in these volatile markets to trade with small size. This was 1 micro. And so, I was able to survive that. So 2 losses there. I was down about $50, right around 50. And I jumped into, again, so if you look at this, we pushed up, hitchhiker setup, very good setup. It was just a fail. Boom. And then we rebuilt. And once again, we had a bit of a pullback. I entered this. This candle actually turned red then, but entered this trade here. And we kind of hem-hawed around, pushed back up, and had a second hitchhiker set up here. And so I added to this trade. I was in with 1 micro long here, added again over here, and finally got the push out of here. And this trade I was out for 32, and this one out for 46, and that put me into green on the day. And again, it's $20. It's not flashy. It's not much, but profit is profit on these days. And I know that if I keep my mental game correct, And on the days where we have really nice setups on key levels, or just generally good setups, or a very steady trending day where I can get in and hold a trade for a very long period of time, I will have days where I will make $300-400 per account. I know that. And so the important thing for me is to be very careful on these days where the volatility is high, et cetera, and look for small wins, get some green on the charts, and move on and look for a better day. And that was really my mentality today. So yeah, very happy with the management there. And again, just being careful. And, we did top out here just under the 500s, or what was it, the 550s maybe, almost 560s actually, 21 560s, and then we kind of fell apart. So I do want to, before we continue on charts, I do want to talk a little bit about where we're at as far as levels goes. But I want to show you profit. We are slowly but surely getting somewhere with these profit accounts. So let me just pull these over here. What's going to be best? I think this one right here. We can look at the actual chart. So today we're up 269 on the profit account. This is the account that a couple days ago on New Year's Eve, I think it was, I had it down to $100 left in profit, and we are now at $12.75 in profit, so that's good. And this one here took a long right here on this hitchhiker setup right around this 515. Got out of that trade, entered again, and sold it twice. I entered both of these trades. I entered with 4 contracts. Actually, this one here, this one right here was crazy. So I entered long, and this was just kind of stagnant, and it just wasn't going anywhere. I held this trade for quite a while. And right here, we got a very, very, very wicked, high volatility snap to the downside. And it took me out. It actually stopped me out of the trade. What I perceived and what looked like my stop got hit, but it recorded a $70 winning trade. So I don't know if in this snap, we snapped up and hit my profit target, and then it looked like it took me out. Apparently, that's what happened. I don't know, but that was a really crazy move. I thought I was in a loss there and actually came out with a win. It actually took me a couple of minutes to really realize what I was looking at down here on my today's net. And then I re-entered on this pushback up and rode this trade all the way up to the high of day. I literally got out right at the high of day. So very nice trade there. Again, trading micros, but slowly we built this account back up. So we've got almost 1,300 in profit. I'm probably going to push it a little bit harder. I don't know. I'm going to take another payout with this. I'm not going to dilly-dally around. I'm going to take my 5 payouts if at all possible. So it doesn't need to be 2,000 a pop, even if it's 1,000 a pop or whatever. So I'm going to push this up a little bit more. I do have plenty of trading days. I think today was maybe day 11. Let me see. Actually, let's just pull this over where you guys can see it. So go to the 0 dashboard. This should have updated by now. Yeah, today was day 11 and we're up 1,200. So I have plenty of trading days. It's just a matter of getting this balance up to where if I take some money out that I don't, destroy my buffer. So anyway, that is the profit story. Keep you in the loop on that. Now, let's go back to the market, because I feel like we are in an interesting area. As you can see, this right here, what you're looking at, I apologize for these daily line charts. I need to figure out how to get those out of here. I don't like these in here, but these white lines are like the daily interval charts, or lines. I need to get those out. But anyway, so this is the previous all-time high before we kind of dipped out, pushed up, and it made all-time highs for quite a while there in the month of December. We had the big FOMC drop, and then that has caused us from on December 20th we hit this 700, the 21,000 level, which was a previous support area back here. Once we reclaimed this support, we bounced down, bounced off this level, and yesterday we bounced off it again. So we kind of double bottomed right here, and we've pushed back out of here. I believe that we are in an area where we need to really reclaim this 500, 600 range on NQ. I believe is pretty important, where I've got these two red lines here, these two levels. Maybe should be adjusted a little bit, but basically we're like I said, 5 to 600. This level, I believe, needs to really hold and reclaim that if the bulls have any chance to push this market further to the upside. If not, we are going to see this thing fall apart, because here's why. Let's actually go to, well, let me just show you this. So if I move this up to right here, this is kind of that, we'll call it the golden zone, kind of yellow box here. Now let's zoom out here to the 4-hour chart, and I'll show you why I think this is such a big deal. And again, this looks crazy. I hate all this white in here, but you can see what the market's done. We went up. This was the previous. So let's take this yellow box that I just put in here, and let's push this thing all the way out here. Now that makes a lot more sense. So now we can see this was the previous all-time high that was formed back in July, before we had the big move down, and then we've trended this thing higher and higher and higher in the fall, late summer, early fall, to the new highs, which we've then broken here in December. Now we've fallen back. So see, here's where we double bottomed right here. We almost have a triple bottom, 1, 2, 3. So my thesis here is we're right here in this level. We need to reclaim this and hold this and turn this 600 area, 600 area into support in order for the bulls to push this thing higher. That is a must hold and a must reclaim if this market is going to continue to push. If not, I believe we're probably going to start sliding, and if we lose the 21,000s, we could be looking at, this, what is this 800s? Yep, that's what I thought, and possibly even further, and test some of these lows from earlier. So I think we're at a pretty pivotal area. At least in my opinion, we have this, almost we're at a kind of a triple top in a sense, not necessarily triple top because we have this all-time highs here. But I was just looking at this afternoon and really, studying this, thinking, gosh, we really, really, really need to reclaim this if we're going to be looking at further upside. So again, I really, my style of trading is looking for the support resistance levels. What's this market doing? And then that gives me an idea on how I'm going to set up my trades, my bias, if you will. I'm not very much of a bias type trader, but by the same token, I am going to pay attention to where I think the main levels are and where this market is pushing up or down or whatever. And obviously those are where I'm looking for setups. And if we're trading micros, as I do on my funded accounts, it allows me to get in with maybe 4 and look for a bigger move where we're looking for an 80 or 90 or 100 point trade. And that's where we get these $200, $300, $400 trading days on a single trade, or sometimes 2 trades. So that's what I'm looking for. Anyway, but that's that. I have talked long enough. Goodness, it's already 13 minutes, and this video is going longer than I kind of anticipated. But anyway, I really wanted to share that because I was really studying that here this afternoon, and I felt like that was worth noting, and we'll keep an eye on that as we get into next week. Speaking of next week, I am going to be traveling for several days out of next week, off and on. So I may not have an update until the week of the week of the 11th. I may not have an update until the week of the 11th. There's a possibility that somewhere early middle of next week I might have an update. So if you don't see anything from Black Coffee Traders channel for a week, don't freak out. I didn't crawl into a hole and die. I am just traveling, got some other things going on in life that is taking me away, and I'm just simply not going to be trading as much. And so yeah, I might get an update in once maybe next week, but then yeah, we'll look for the most part, let's look for updates probably the week of the 11th. So during the break break here, or at least the break from the channel, if you will. Trade well. I hope you do well out there. Thank you for supporting me, for supporting the channel, using code BCT with Apex and Take Profit Trader. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Subscribers, thank you. We slowly are building that. And if you're new here, feel free to like and subscribe. I try to do these updates pretty much on a daily basis and take you along on my trading journey. And obviously, we are trying very hard to get ourselves to the 20 funded Apex accounts. That is a big, big deal. I want to get there and then push these to payouts. So anyway, I'm going to sign off. If I don't see you for a week or so, best of luck, trade well, keep the charts green, don't go on tilt. Most of all, have fun. So take care, and until next time, so long.